Okay, well, you can see what we got in front of us. We're going to have another penny. What the hell? Hi, this is Silver Chupacabra, and we're here for another hunt. But this is something different. It's a quarter box. We're actually going to hunt quarters. This is actually nothing new to me. I used to hunt quarter boxes all the time a few years back. You know, looking for W quarters, silver quarters, looking to actually fill these as well, which I have done most of. I think it's more upgrading time on some of that stuff. And then, you know what? I did start a video and kind of, let's say, disposed of it. You know, I think the reason why I've not shown quarter box hunts before, video-wise, is because I find them to be massively boring. They're tough to go through. I never could find a real good, easy way of kind of going through and checking finds out, and it's mostly looking for varieties. It kind of comes down to that, just looking for varieties and looking for varieties. And it's kind of the way we're going to go on this. So we'll figure out some things. I've never found a silver quarter in one of these. It would be nice to do that. Nice to find some W's. I kind of got the inkling to do this because I was watching another fellow box hunters. This person really likes quarters a lot. I want to name his name, but I don't want to offend or whatnot by putting names out unless I've asked for permission. But anyway, he had found a W quarter, and yeah, wonderful. I wonder how many of those are really left out there. I don't think there are a whole lot, but wouldn't it be cool if one popped up? I would love it. So, we're going to do it. It's probably going to be a very, 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 very short video, if anything, and we'll do it as we go here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top enders. Oh, and by the way, just really quickly, it's not the state one. No, I take it back. It is the 2009. I think it's the Guam, Philadelphia Guam one. That is the one that's missing for me on the It's on the 2009 had a bunch of the territories. That's the only one I'm missing on here. Of course, upgrades on both. I've got nice shiny coins on most of these, but I'm sure there's some upgrades to make. So anyway, on we go. Okay, so here are our top enders. And I think I might have something. It's been a while since I've done a quarter. It's been over a year and a half at least since I've done a quarter box hunt, so bear with me, basically. So you can see some of the ones you're getting there, some of the newer ones. Hey, look, 76. Definitely a circulated box. There's no doubt about that one. Oh, that's is that Alaska with the bear? Can't remember. It's going to take a while for me to get back into what's what, more or less. In other words, which one's which. I looked at this one. I don't know. It looks definitely like an older one. Kind of looks silver, yeah, but I'm probably looking into that too much. There's a couple of old ones here. I would say it's either going to be that or late 60s. We'll find out. That's number 13 in the picking order, more or less. There you are. Nothing really standing out. That's a big surprise. Sorry. I can't help to be a little bit glass half full on these. It's half empty, sorry. glass half empty on these because that's just previous experience with quarter boxes. They just aren't the most fun to go, but I wanna have the time of my life. I haven't done this for a while, so it's actually something new is good. Let's go with this one. As I said, this one's got an older look to it. May not be anything, meaning other than late 60s or 70s. And yeah, I can't remember where that comes from. So anyway, what's inside is what's important, or what we're going to find. So boom, let's go. So we're 4 rolls into this quarter box hunt. Yes, I said quarter box hunt. I haven't done one for a couple of years, and I was just going through all the national park ones and checking out the various ones we've got here. We have a 2020. It would be a D. Got another 2020. I can never remember what these are called. St. River Bay, or Salt River Bay, sorry. D there. You've got a, what is it, Tall Grass Prairie. I think I actually do have a W quarter of this. Nothing there. And then we've got this one with the bats on it. National Park. Then Fandango. Unbelievable. First quarter box hunt in year and a half, 2 years. 4 rolls into it, and bang! Awesomeness. You can see the privy mark over there. It's a 2020. Very cool. I don't think I've found a W quarter. I found, I think, 3 before this, and I don't think any of them had the bats. Very, very awesome. Okay, on to roll 12. And I'm going to find here that I don't think I've seen in a quarter roll before. You can see it right there, and you can rotate it all you want. It's just blaze white on the rim. Now, you should also be able to notice that, yeah, those reeds don't look like quarter reeds either. So my best bet is this is definitely going to be foreign, but I think it's be the first foreign coin I've found quarter-wise. I'd be very interested to see what this is. Let's find a spot we can actually look at it with. Ah, Bahamas. Very cool. Commonwealth of the Bahamas, 2005. Very cool, man. Like I said, I've never found one before. Oop, sorry. It's one of those Canadian type coins where you go side to side. Nice little boat. Very cool. Onward we go. Okay, we are in between rolls 13 and 16. I do these like 4 rolls at a time. And I was starting to look through all the 2019, 2010 ones. Let's see if I can find another W quarter. Uh-oh. Take a look at, there's the privy. That means this is 2020, and it means, darn it, it's another W quarter. This is the second one of the box. I haven't done these for a couple of years because I find these to be boring, and to be honest, it's been it's actually been very interesting to do something different, but another W quarter? I'd only found 3 in umpteen boxes before this, and I thought maybe they had already washed out on these things. I've had one of these before, but that's nothing wrong with getting another one. Halfway decent condition, too. Very cool. That one does not have one, by the way. Very, very cool. Hey, this is a 2021 Washington crossing the Delaware. And what you want to be looking for here is that. Just a bunch of dye chips, dye junk on the hat of Mr. Washington. The quintessential one is the one that fills everything, more or less. That one is just kind of a small little chip there. Kind of cool because it's the first one I've actually found, so I'm actually pretty stoked about it. Cool. Okay, so we are between rolls 37 and 40. And just kind of finishing up here on this. I've got about 5 left here. On the scope, I've got a Kansas State quarter, Philadelphia. It only happens on the Philadelphias. And I don't know if you've heard it before, but it's the one where the T in trust is gone. So it says, "In God we rust." That sort of thing. This isn't a bad example of it. The funnier part is the G is kind of gone as well, so it's more or less in odd we rust. The T is barely discernible. I actually have found better examples of this. Coins in better condition, number one. This is obviously not in the best of conditions, but it's interesting. It's not really worth anything at all, other than, hey, look, this is actually pretty cool. That T is pretty much all gone, man. Just a weak strike. The G, weak strike on that as well. I'm surprised that a lot of this, since it didn't strike very well in here, even the portrait, I'm just kind of wondering how weak that is as well. Anyway, there it is. Go. Hey, it's Silver Chupacabra, and this is the remnants, I'm going to call it, of the second quarter box hunt of the year. I'm doing a quarter box hunt, one each month, usually at the start of the month. Not a lot of finds in this one. That's why I'm kind of going over this again. I actually have already videoed a little bit, but there was very little to show, so I'm just going to include this in the first quarter box hunt as well that happened in January. This is a nice Balboa. Puerto de Balboa. Very nice. I think it goes. Nope. It was a up and down flip from 2018. And that's basically about it. I do have one Homestead 2015 quarter here that right up chair. That is not an indentation. I've checked this over a few times. First of all, this is not in great shape. But that is extra metal. It's probably part of the million varieties, or errors, I should say. The million errors that happened on this coin for that year. That would be considered, I guess, part of Snow on the Roof, even though it's not on the roof. Anyway, I thought I'd show you those two. Back to what I was doing on the first quarter hunt. Okay, so that is the end of this quarter box hunt. You actually had fun with it. Let's take a look at the finds. Of course, in every quarter hunt, there's not going to be a ton of finds, unless you catch on to something really good. We did, most of the finds were very early on for the first half. We got the 2W coins, both 2020s. You can see the privies on them as well. Not in the best of condition, but not horrible either. That one I have had before. What is it? Marsh Billings, Rockefeller. And this is the first time I've had the bats, which is cool. This one, man, I thought I was going to get my excuse me. I thought I was going to get my first silver find in a quarter roll, but once we looked at the roll this way, and it's like, oh man, those reeds are way too many of them. They're too close together. Knew it had to be foreign. This is, and I did it again. From the Bahamas, 2005. Cool. And I don't believe I'd ever found a foreign in a quarter box either, so that was pretty cool. Some error coins. There is a die chip there. You can see a little bit of it from here. Unfortunately, the coveted one is the one that fills up the whole head. But, actually, it's the first time I've found one of those, too. Cool. And I've actually found the Ingaudi Rust before, and he actually in better condition than this. But this one, actually, the cool thing about this one, you can pretty much will see that T is pretty much well gone, or is just poorly struck. The G on there is very poorly struck too. When we had it on the magnifying glass, we usually call that a microscope. When we had it on the microscope, you could barely see either one. Of course, there's lights pounding down on it too, but not the best representative of it. Like I said, I've found better. But anyway, 5 cool finds. No silver. That's kind of my bane with this. Question is, well, does that change my mind about quarter box hunts? Not in particular. But what I think I will start doing is I think I'll do one at the start of every month. I get paid at the end of months, and it's a little bit easier to handle $500 quarter boxes than later in the month. I just happen to have a lot of cash on hand now, so I can get some of these. No, I will not get a dime box. I know you're asking that. And no, I will not get a half box. I don't do those. I'll leave those to the professionals. Anyway, I did have actually plenty of upgrades in both the state and park boxes. The Samoa, the only hole I've got in either one of these is the Samoa Philadelphia, and I did get 2 Samoa quarters. Unfortunately, they were both Denver, which happens a lot around here. And then I was actually able to and by the way, the before quarters, the clad quarters, I've already filled all that stuff out. And pretty good representatives, too. I might go back and look to see if I need more, just some better representatives, but I thought I had some pretty good ones. This one I hadn't been even paying attention to since 2022, to be honest. So I was able to put some 23s in there. I got a 1 Philadelphia, I think, in the 23s. A couple of 24s. Do not have all, at least the Denver representatives. I think I'm missing the last 2. But anyway, that was kind of fun. We'll continue on penny box hunt next. Hopefully I can get that out. I might have a couple of shorts on the W quarters, because that was pretty darn cool. That is 5 now that I found, but I haven't done a lot of quarter box hunts, so I'm good with that. Well, you know what? It's the start of the week, basically. Everybody have a great week or weekend, depending on whether you see this. If you watch a little bit of it, that's awesome. You watch all of it, that's awesome. Thumbs up to you. This will be pretty short. In fact, the long part is what I'm doing right now. It's me yakking away, and that's going to be the intro, and the conclusion is going to be the long part of the video. We're done.